I was lucky enough to get an advanced copy of Snake Pass for Switch, and I spent a good portion of today playing it, and I'm here to talk to you about it. I don't want to give a review just because I feel still too early on, but I want to give you some impressions, and I want to show some footage of the game running on Switch, and this is me playing it right now, and I'm recording this footage after I record the audio, so hopefully the video doesn't show me doing anything too embarrassing, but what the hell. So, as you watch this footage, let me talk about my experience with the game. From the first second I saw Snake Pass, I was really excited for it because it's a 3D platformer. We really don't get many new 3D platformers nowadays, and yes, there isn't any jumping, and yes, you're getting around in a unique way. But Snake Pass is still a 3D platformer. Sumo Digital, the developers of games, say so themselves. So you're going around in a 3D environment, and you're exploring, and you're moving from platform to platform, and you're collecting goodies. I mean, very old school as far as gameplay goes. But that's cool with me because, like I said, we really don't get too much of that. So that's what tickled my fancy when I first saw the game. And now that I've had a good amount of hands-on time with it, I'm left really impressed so far. The main thing that makes Snake Pass unique is the control scheme, because this controls unlike any other game I've ever played. So you're controlling the snake, whose name I think is Noodle, or Noodles, I don't remember. But you control him by holding a trigger, and that gives the snake momentum, or a forward movement. But you have to wiggle back and forth to actually gain speed and like get going. And that's how you move about. So you snake left and right, no pun intended, to explore the environment. And then you also hold the A button, I believe it's the A button, to raise the snake's head. And that's how you get up onto objects that you want to climb. So you can't just come to a rock wall and climb it. You'll be able to go up a certain height, but then after that you're stuck. So you need to use the environment and wrap the snake around the environment to get like a foothold. Yes, I know he doesn't have feet, but a foothold to climb up higher and explore new areas. And it's really interesting because it's all physics based, and plus there's momentum to it. And you basically have to tie yourself or wrap yourself around objects to be able to climb them. So it's a puzzle platformer in the sense that you have to figure out what the best way to approach objects is to climb them and reach a new platform. And it definitely takes a bit to get used to because, like I said, I've never played anything like this. But when you do get a hang of it and you figure out how the snake moves and you know how you should approach things, it becomes so addictive because you know, in any platforming game, you run, you jump, you're on the platform. But in Snake Pass, you have to figure out how to get up it, and it can be really precarious moving between platforms and moving between there's like bamboo shoots or pegs, whatever you want to call them. And working your way up and around them, so when you actually do reach the top of a summit or something like that, you're like, oh my god, I feel so accomplished. I feel like I've done the most amazing thing ever. There's just such a sense of satisfaction that you don't get in 3D platforms, traditional 3D platforms, because like I said, you're used to running and jumping, and yes, there will be hard jumps to make and stuff like that. But in Snake Pass, just the idea of moving around and jumping has become very unique and very engaging, very different from what we're used to. So it gives a whole new feeling to what might be seen as a traditional / boring mechanic in 3D platformers, or I should say tried and true. This new approach really invigorates things and really changes things up and really makes it a ton of fun. The controls are the most important part of Snake Pass, and they work 100%. They work really well. They did an excellent job with it. The thing is, I know there's people who are going to try this game and be like, the controls suck, I'm not playing it. They really work extremely well. You just have to be willing to try something new, and sometimes people aren't willing to do that. Now, there is a control setting for I think it's just called easy controls, and they take away the momentum button, so you just basically move the snake rather than having it like move forward, and then you do the joystick to slither. So it makes it somewhat easier, but still, I feel like that kind of, I mean, I'm not knocking anybody that takes that approach. You play the game how you want to play the game, whatever works for you. But I feel the regular normal controls really, when you learn them and get a hang of them, I really feel like they add such a unique experience to the game. I would hate for people to miss out on that. So I'm hoping people that do pick this game up try the regular control scheme right off the bat, and toy with it and learn it and figure it out and test it and all that stuff, because I don't want to see people just pick up the controller and put it down in the first 5 minutes and say this doesn't work, because it definitely does. So when you're going through levels, you have there's like blue orbs to pick up, and then there's special stones. Each level has, so far for me, each level has 3 stones, and you might be getting one of them in a level or all 3 of them in a level. You have to get whatever they are to open up the exit. And then there's 5 coins hidden in each level. So the orbs are, or, well, I guess the stones that open up the exit are the easiest of the collectibles, because they're very easy to see. There's beams of light that show you where they are. Then there's the blue orbs, which are also easy to see, but they're scattered all over the level, so they might be hidden in some nooks or something like that. And then there's the coins, which are definitely the most hidden. And the coins, I think, are where the fun really lies, because if you're just looking to run, I know I say run, but I should say slither. If you're just looking to get through the levels quickly, you can go for the main stone or gem, whatever you want to call it, that opens up the exit, and that's that. But the fun of the game is the movement and seeing how you can work the snake around and seeing if you're able to do what the game is asking you to. So just working for the exit shouldn't be all that tough, but going for the extra bonus stuff is really, really tough, depending on how much time you put in with the controls, and also where the coins themselves are hidden. It's going to be a big challenge, and you're going to have to really familiarize yourself with the controls. And I mean this as a positive, not as a negative. Right off the bat in the first level, the game is like, all right, we're going to give you a couple coins that you can grab easy, but there's going to be other ones where you're really going to have to work to get them. The first time I was playing, I have this thing when I play games, especially platformers. I'm like, all right, I'm not going on to the next level until I get everything in this level, all the collectibles. So I was going around to get the coins, and I saw where some of them were hidden, and I was like, oh my god, is this even possible? How am I going to be able to do this? And you just have to approach it and, you know, figure it out as you go. And yes, early on, it's going to be much more of a challenge for you to see how you can twist the snake around the bamboo shoots. And, you know, you're basically hanging by these chutes over an open pit, and if you fall, that's it. It's over. So you look at these setups and you're like, oh my god, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do this. And you know, that was the first level. So now that I'm into the game, I look at where the coins were hidden in the first level, and I'm like, oh, I can do this fairly easily now. I'm not going to say I can do it no problem, but I can do it fairly easily, because you get to later levels and you're like, oh my god, this is this is impossible. So the thing I learned early on is there's like little checkpoint platforms when you're going for a particularly challenging set of whatever it may be, blue orbs or coins. When you do manage to snag one and survive, because it's not just about getting it, you also have to make your way back from getting it. If you do manage to survive that, when I had really challenging ones, I would slither right back over to a checkpoint thing and just slide onto it, and that saves it. So if you do die in the level, and you get as many lives as you want, but when you do die, it still counts that coin as being collected. Because I had collected coins before and died without passing a checkpoint, and I had to get them again, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I've done this twice. So I learned that early on, and I'm telling you guys now so you don't have to suffer through the same thing. The rest of the game so far is equally as fun and fantastic. The soundtrack is amazing from what I've heard. It's David Wise, so you know his work from Donkey Kong Country and other stuff. You can definitely tell this is the Donkey Kong Country guy, because it's definitely got some of that vibe to it. But man, he makes some fantastic music, and it really goes along with the whole jungle-ish vibe of the game here. So it was an excellent choice on Sumo Digital's part. Everything I've heard so far absolutely nails the vibe of the game. And visually, I think it looks fantastic. You know, obviously it's very colorful and cartoony. It does use the Unreal Engine 4, and it looks really good to me. You know, I'm not big on, you know, graphics as long as the game is fun to play, but I can appreciate a game that looks nice. And I think it's more about art style and art direction than it is about how many polygons are being pushed. It just looks like a fun, vibrant, colorful, cartoony game. I really like the look of it. So that's my experience with Snake Pass so far. I mean, I'm loving it. Like, I really like it a lot. You know, for all I know, I could play a part of the game where everything falls apart. But my experience so far, which is about, I want to say like 3 hours worth of playtime, maybe 3.5 hours, something like that. It might even be more, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I think I got the gist of what the game is doing and how it works, and the fun is in the controls and manipulating the snake to go where you want him to go. And it seems in any other platforming game it would be really easy to do, and here the fun is in the challenge of the controls and the character and how he moves. It's like I said, it's the physics of it, and the fact that you're not jumping, and the fact that you have to hold on with the snake's body by wrapping it around posts and stuff like that. It's a ton of fun. I mean, hopefully the footage you're seeing here did a better job explaining it than I did, but this game, so far for me, is very well worth a look from you guys. So if you've been excited about this game, I see no reason not to be excited from here on out. And if you were on the fence, so far for me, it's a blast. So keep an eye on it. It's out. It should be out today, tomorrow, something like that, from when I posted this. And for me, so far, it's another excellent eShop game on the Switch. So I would be excited. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.